We all know Glenn Farley is the King 5 News aviation reporter. But who is Glenn Farley? We went looking for answers at a place where Glenn spent a lot of time over the years, the Museum of Flight here at Boeing Field. Inside, we meet Ted Hutter, public relations manager for the museum. We're pretty sure Glenn wasn't around when the Wright brothers made their historic first flight, but just how far back does he go? How long have you known Glenn Farley?
I don't know, ages it seems. He was the first reporter that came to the Museum of Flight when it first opened.
Oh my goodness, how old was he back then?
I have no idea, but he looked like he was about 19 or 20.
So this is the famous SR-71 Blackbird spy plane.
That's right. It could cruise at over 3 times the speed of sound.
Oh my goodness. You know, we heard a rumor that before he became a reporter, Glenn Farley flew top secret spy missions in a plane like this. Is that true?
Well, unfortunately, that's classified information, so I'll just say no comment.
We pressed on. Ted, is it true that on a commercial flight one time, both the pilot and the co-pilot of this plane ate a bad lunch, got sick, and that Glenn Farley had to come up, take the controls, and land the plane, saving the lives of everyone on board?
That's what I've been told.
Man, how did he do that?
He never eats lunch.
You know, Ted, at King, Glenn's scientific and technical prowess is just legendary. Is it true that he found the parts of this old lunar rover in a warehouse and assembled it by hand and gave it to the museum?
Yes, but he borrowed a few tools from the museum to do it. And I think I need to check and see if we got those tools back.
You know, one thing I could never figure out is how Glenn Farley lived in Snohomish County and had to fight traffic to get into work every day, but he was never late for work.
Did you ever see his car?
No.
We have it here in our collection.
So, this is the 787 Dreamliner, the only Boeing jetliner with a fancy nickname. We heard that Boeing was thinking about naming it the Farley Liner in honor of Glenn Farley.
The way I heard it, Glenn only called it that in private.
You know, Glenn spent so much time here, it's a wonder he ever had time to go home.
He didn't have to go home. We fixed him up with his own, well, crash pad. Here it is, the Glenn Farley room. He had his own cot, refrigerator, icebox.
Did he behave himself?
No comment.
You know, you have so many great, wonderful planes here. Were there any that you ever actually let Glenn fly?
Well, there was one for sure. Glenn, it's been a pleasure working with you. I'm going to miss you. Come on and stop by sometime now that you're not on deadline. Happy retirement.
Glenn, you're retired now, but trust me, in a few years, you'll look back at a career that brought you wonderful memories, great friends, and took you to some pretty fine places.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man.
Back up in the truck! Back up in the truck!
I didn't get those guys away from our truck!
But perhaps my most memorable assignment with Glenn was when we had the opportunity to fly around the world in a corporate jet to visit some of Boeing's new partners in the 787 project. Okay, it was more of a boondoggle.